Hey everyone, right at the top, just jumping in here to give you a heads up again. This is another one of those episodes that I split up, so we don't have a typical introduction where we say all our names and stuff like that to help get you into the show. It's just picking up right in the middle where we left off. So we've got another little previously on to get you into that, remind you what all happened, and then it's right back into the chase sequence. So please enjoy the episode.
Previously on Memories of Midgar. Welcome to the Mythril Mines. I'm Keen, foreman here.
Any word on getting a ride to, I don't know, Calm or in that direction?
The ride is all the way on the east entrance of the mine, so we're gonna have to walk through it. Keen walks with you and leads you towards the east exit of the mine. Welcome to the east side. And it just opens up on this very big kind of like quarry that's been dug out of the side of the mountain. You're looking down the hill, going into this grasslands. At the base of the mountain is this kind of like these glades, but right now all the trees seem to be dying. You can see that the whole thing is being flooded. Shinra built some Mako pipelines through the mountains, and that diverted some streams of like Mako polluted water. It's not as pretty as it used to be. I wish you could have seen it a couple years ago. Trees were tall and green, but now they're just crooked and leafless and just dead. This is a new project, that pipeline. This is what brought all the water here. It made things more difficult for everybody. And Keen leads you to the Volkswagen camper van. And there's a mini fridge and seating arrangements and a lot of like used boots.
Are we camping now? Is this camping?
This was literally the one thing I was the most looking forward to.
And so your transportation rolls down the hill, and soon enough you enter these what used to be wooded area, and you keep looking outside the window every here and then. There's some ripples in the water, and they seem to be coming your way. Large ripples. Eventually, as it gets pretty damn close and fast, you see something break from the water surface. A long, slithering, scaly back. It's got a cobra-like collar around its neck. Its scales are very jagged and spiky. It might be 10 to 20 feet long.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
Have a taste of this, you bastard! And he's gonna just floor it, and like the back of the camper is just gonna like sway, and there's water gonna start fluttering, and even like rocks and debris from the bottom.
The literal only thing that I can think to do is to start chucking stuff out of this van to hopefully make us faster. The fridge has gotta go.
Oh no! No!
It's gotta go. Sorry, Keen!
Sorry for what?
You hear this giant crash on the outside.
Zolom's turn. And crits.
Jeez.
Whoa! All right.
He is closing in. Keen's like, come on, old Westy. Show me what you've got.
Step on it.
If you are 5 versus 5, there are 2 rounds left. Ruby, your new complication that you don't really have to worry about is half-submerged bridge.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Here, at this juncture, there is a river, or there used to be a river that has now over-flooded and has become just like the area. But there is a bridge, kind of like in the shallow waters. You can see that it gets really dark where the river was. And Keen needs basically to hit that bridge, like aim for that bridge to not dip and be engulfed completely. So that's the challenge for this one.
Okay, I've got kind of a wild idea. Let me know.
That's what this is for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're all going pretty fast now. We're 5 and 5. Things are fast. That Zolom is going pretty fast, trying to catch us. What if it did catch us? What if we just had him slam on the brakes right now, and it just has that momentum and can't stop itself, and just boom, collides with the back of the truck?
I think the truck would get damaged for sure, maybe even destroyed.
Okay.
I don't know what'll happen to the snake.
It would probably take damage too. Maybe even some stun.
Oh, knock it unconscious a little bit. if it's successful. Xavier, what are we thinking about this?
We'll get into it if you do it. I have rules for that. We'll get into it if you do it.
Oh.
The one I'm gonna say, if you want to, you're gonna need to use your action to convince Keen to do it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I was gonna use my action just to step on his foot on the brake. Or step on the brake with my foot.
You can do that. That's a contest check.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, like, Keen, we're making a quick stop, honey. Just one, real quick.
All right. He resists. He says no. You're gonna have to do athletics or sleight of hand. You choose against his athletics or sleight of hand. What the fuck are you doing?
We're just trying to knock that thing silly. We'll try and do athletics. I'm gonna stomp down with my big old feet.
Okay.
There we go.
He's gonna do the same.
I'm also going to add an influence die. Okay, I got a 6, but I'm going to use one of my special features called Fortune's Fool, and I'm going to re-roll. Okay, that's a little better. 12?
My total is 16.
Oh,
with
shit.
my modifier.
Never mind.
Ooh.
He's basically just like, you're like slapping each other, and he's kind of like just blocking your foot every time you're trying to put it on the brakes. He's like, get back there.
No, we just trust me on this one. Trust me. We're just if we stop real fast, it's gonna stop real fast, and then we can just drive away.
Once this thing catches us, it's gonna crush us like an empty beer can.
Oh, like those back there.
Yep.
Way back there.
Way back there.
Nothing goes. Nothing goes.
Nothing goes.
Sorry,
Won't do it.
everyone.
No, you gotta try
No,
everything.
Happens.
Yeah.
Hey, I threw a fridge. You're good.
Elysia.
I had something really cool lined up if we stop this vehicle. Now I have to reassess. I could just keep going on the offensive, or I could help him try to locate that bridge from a distance. What are we thinking?
Well, he's not gonna stop, so maybe locating the bridge, because that's the hazard for this round. That means next round it's not. Something else is gonna be the problem.
The only problem with that is I have disadvantage in all checks because I'm super sleepy. So
Oh god.
Right.
throwing stuff is easier than making sure we don't miss a bridge. And I would say Ruby's already leaning forward, so it's going to be hard for me to see the front windshield, so I am just going to throw more explosives at the Zolom.
Okay. For damage or for like the same kind of great gain ground action as earlier?
Gain ground.
Perfect. So what did we say last time? Like an attack versus my athletics?
Yeah, 18.
Ooh, that's a tie. Nothing happens on a tie. Are those like resources or are those like unlimited?
I just use leftover science materials in my bag.
I mean, it's not your plan. It's your dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No problem. That's a cantrip.
Yeah, basically. Just the stuff at the bottom of my bag happens to be explosive.
Oh, you
Just don't mess with my bag, guys.
kick my bag ever.
Yeah.
Artie.
What? Burst fire again? How does that work? What does that do for me?
Burst fire, you'll take disadvantage on your attack, but do one more weapon damage.
Yeah.
The enemy skill suppressive fire is interesting though, but you're out of MP.
Okay, well, things are not looking good. I don't have any grenades. No more MP.
You can probably see it now, though, right?
I definitely can see it now.
Yeah,
Is that close? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it in its face. I'm gonna try it. You know what? If I can see,
Right, its face.
yeah, can I see its eyes? Is its eyes cresting over the water, or is it just still? It is.
It's outside of water for this like brief moment of time. It's
I
coming
want
down
to
the slope
try
with you.
and shoot in the eye. I don't know. There's no way to lose points. I don't think so.
Yes. If you fail your gain ground action, you might give it a point. If
Is
you botch
there
it.
any way I can force it to have disadvantage next time it makes a gain ground roll? I know that it can gain one for free.
You could use a suppressive quote, like you shoot bullets, you empty a clip in its direction, and
Like
that'll
providing
give
cover.
Yeah. And so basically what I'm going to do is you're going to be rolling, let's say, an attack roll against, let's say, my endurance roll.
Let's give it a shot. Get it?
Boo!
Alright. That is 19 plus 5, 24.
I got 16. You get 1 chase point. You're at 6 versus 5.
Oh boy, Artanis begins to unload on this thing, just firing from the open door on the opposite end of where Elysia is. Kind of just gritting his teeth the whole time, like, because I imagine there's like swamp spray spraying up, and the water's reaching our ankles too, because it's coming into the car. He's not having a good time. He's not enjoying this. There's a lot going on.
It is Mr. Zolom's turn. He will roll for the bridge. 19. That's not enough for 2 points, but he will get his 1 point.
Shit. He's strong snack.
You have the same amount of points, which means he's not close enough to just like win this. So he still can't take a shot at you or like a swipe or a bite or anything. And so he will take the gain ground action. Get 1 point.
1 point. Yeah, there he is. 7.
7 to 6. Jewel, you only have people left to throw, I think.
I know. Okay, so as much as I didn't want to take over driving, I think that's all I got left, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to, because you say that I have to like persuade him to let me, right?
Well, basically, is your plan to stop the car or not?
No, I just want to drive it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drive. I'm gonna be like, listen, old man, I could go faster than this. Get me on there.
Okay, he's gonna roll inside to make sure you're not in on Ruby's plan.
Okay. I am being truthful.
He rolled a 1 for inside.
Yeah,
He has no idea if you're saying the truth or not.
Listen, Keen, I'm an expert at getting rear-ended, okay? I know this is going to work.
Yes.
He's
and there's the Facebook clip or the audio right there.
Yeah.
There it is.
He's gonna point at Ruby. He's like, you no. He's gonna point at Jewel. You take the wheel.
She's gonna take the wheel and just get back there and help them as best you can. I got this.
Fridge is gone. The hydrogen container's gone. The tools are gone.
He's gonna go
Yeah,
back.
he
and be
turns
like,
around.
"What
He
the-"
hasn't seen any of this. He turns around and just stops in shock.
I turned to Jewel. Have you ever driven a car before?
Nope.
Oh my god.
It was a first time for everything, and she just slams on the gas.
She's a natural.
Yeah, I'm a natural.
If you decide that that's your canon, that's great.
Yeah.
But you would have had opportunities if you want to.
Adrenaline junkie, for sure.
Well, turns out it's your turn to roll for the hazard. Why don't you roll me a vehicle check? So basically, it's going to be your vehicle modifier. -1, because that's the dex bonus of the camper van.
Of the car, gotcha. Okay. 12, so 11.
11? Well, it's not a crazy failure.
She's still adjusting the seat, so
Yeah. Basically, you make it on the bridge, but you lose some time trying to like aim at it. You really slow down to hit it, but no points are exchanged for this.
okay.
That's a 0 on both sides. You could still try to gain ground though as your action.
I will do that, yes.
Here are the suggestions. There's only one for this one. It's called Dukes of Clim Hazard.
That's got to be the one. I don't even care what it is. That's what we're doing.
And basically, it's another vehicle roll.
Okay, I will do that.
And you add a bonus equal to the vehicle strength, but the vehicle strength is 0, so just your vehicle roll.
Oh, that's better.
Nice.
Yeah, DC is 13 for the whole thing, so that is 1 point.
7 to 7.
And what that does is you basically just like, as you finally aim like correctly at the bridge, as soon as you emerge from the part that's inside the water, you keep pushing as hard as you can on the accelerator, and the whole van is just gonna jump above the bridge, fly midair. But I'm gonna need
In slow motion.
Everybody roll either a strength or dexterity. Everybody who's in the back that is not with their seatbelts on, dex or strength saving throw to, not fall with the...
Don't fall out the door.
Okay.
17 plus 5, 22 for me.
DC is 13 for everything.
Oh, 22.
18.
Oh, wow.
Ruby just screaming up front, like holding onto the oh shit bar.
Everybody's good. Keen.
What about Keen?
Keen's fine.
Good.
So like a lot of stuff just flies up in the air and just slams down back on the floor of that vehicle. There's just so much stuff flying out by the side doors. But that is great. You're getting a lead again. turn. Keen do.
Surprise us, buddy.
He's gonna go after that big jump. He's gonna be like, okay, change of plans. He's gonna go on the passenger seat and fashion his seatbelt, and he's gonna be basically like being your navigator, and he's gonna like help you. Like, he knows this car, so he'll be like, oh, like, you know, you gotta put this much torque in the steering wheel here, and you gotta like tap the dashboard for you know, the AC to turn on. And he's gonna like give you pointers at the road.
That's exactly what I needed right now, was to know how to turn the AC on.
So he's gonna give you advantage on your next hazard roll. Last round, round 4, muddy road. You're at the like, after you clear this bridge and land again, you're basically like, you're leaving the last row of trees and you're leaving the water behind. Now it's just a long stretch of mud that separates you and the grasslands. And even the cobblestone here, it's just like just sinking into that mud. Everything is displaced. There's almost no roads. You only have like a general indication that there's a road here, but otherwise it's all mud. Ruby, for your last round, what do you want to do?
I would like to ask this snake to slow down.
Politely. Use that persuasion.
Not politely at all. I want to do you know who I am, and make it make a charisma saving throw to do me a favor, basically. So I want it to slow down and back off, and that is Ruby, after they go off the jump, sees that Jules got it. She's like, okay, well, Jules got this. We don't need to do that slamming plan. She goes to the back through the window, and she's like, I am Ruby Weapon, and I am sick of these motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking Midgar.
Yeah.
Charisma saving throw.
Let me simplify things for you. For those who have Roll Dice with Friends open, you can see I rolled a 20 just now.
Oh no. Well,
Let's
there
just
we
say-
go.
No, I've never heard of you before.
Yeah. I'm a snake. I don't
I'm
know.
a slithery snake.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. It seems to have no effect on this big snake. Whether it's because it's saved or because it's a snake, we'll never know. However, you feel like you did the right thing still. Let it know who you are.
It's gonna know. If it catches us, it's gonna know. Okay?
Elysia,
How close is it?
neck and neck.
Oh no.
7 is 7 still.
Okay. I guess I gain ground. I will be Mr. Consistent and throw explosives at it.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, why change what's working?
Yeah. So attack roll versus my athletics.
19.
Okay, so yeah, you just keep pummeling it with these like very potent little bursts of like explosive damage, and it just tosses it sideways every time, and it's getting pretty mangled. You get 1 more point. You're at 8. It is at 7.
And then I'm gonna yell to the front to Jewel, it's so close! Punch it!
Artanis.
Damn, I wish I would have thought about the trees being there earlier, because I could have like shot them to make them fall down or something, but now there's nothing. Just mud.
It's just mud.
Okay, here's my idea. Here's my vision. Okay, to gain ground. Artanis has been shooting it from above the water, and he's like, this is dumb. I need to shoot it right in its face at its level. And what he wants to do is like open up a floor panel and put half his body facing upside down in the panel, aiming at it upside down from the bottom of the car, and shooting at it like in a straight line, as opposed to from the side of the car.
Yes, and
Great.
there you open the hatch. You have space between the axles and the whatever. That's gonna be an athletics roll.
For sure, I could do that. Athletics is pretty decent, +5. That is a 13, so 18.
Yeah, okay, that's good enough. So basically, yeah, you're full of mud. This is like mud city, and you're the guest of honor. And so, shoot. I'll give you advantage because as you said, you're at its level now.
That's much nicer. 18 plus 5 is 23.
Oh my god. Okay. And so you sort of like try to aim yourself, double think, like you're like, did I do it the right thing. Go putting my head at ground level in the moving car. But you shake those thoughts away and you aim upside down, and eventually you just take the shot and it hits it. 1 more point for y'all.
Yes.
It seems to be getting really tired. It seems to have like trouble navigating this mud as well, and now it gets shot and it slows down more and more. It looks real hungry and it doesn't stop, but you're almost out of the literal woods. It is its turn, and so it will roll against this hazard. It gets nothing on just a normal success for a hazard, and so it will use the gain ground action on its turn. Automatically, it's at 8. You are at 9. Jewel's turn. Get us out of here. Roll for the muddy road. Well, that's a 16. Oh, so, I mean, that's it. You win. 16. What's your total? Depending on your total, you might get a point. It's a Constitution saving throw from the vehicle. Just kind of going through that list of like non-stop mud. See if the van can take it. Its modifier is 4, so you roll 20 total. And at 20,
Muddy 20.
you gain 1.
Ooh.
You are now at 10. Would you like to risk a gain ground action, or just keep driving?
Well, I still have advantage, yeah.
That's true. I'll say you still have it.
Yeah, because you didn't use it for that last one.
Jewel. on your
Okay, so
first
then I
ride,
will do it.
Impress us.
I'll do the gain ground with advantage.
Okay, so I got 2 suggestions for you. Drive right through the thickest mud, or spray mud at pursuers.
I want to spray mud.
Hell yeah.
All right.
This snake. Shut up,
Roll your-
snake.
Roll your vehicles against my perception.
17.
17 wins.
Ooh,
That was
go.
close. So
You
close.
get your point. You're at 11. It's at 8. It's Keen's turn. He just looks at the zolom in the rear view mirror, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and he slowly reaches for the handle next to his seat to recline the back seat, the back of his seat. He just reclines as low as he can, and he puts his hands on his belly, and he just exhales profoundly and closes his eyes as the camper starts bumping on the grass and on the better roads that haven't been flooded, and so it's not in as bad of a state. And you leave the Midgar zolom in the mud as it stops pursuing you, exhausted.
And Jewel is just gonna exclaim as the mud sprays this thing and they're getting out of there. Woo! Camping is the best!
I'd say a good 3 minutes later, Keen comes back. He brings his seat back up, turns around, puts his arm on the back of the seat, on the top of the seat, to look at Jewel. I was scared shitless. Thank you.
Do you need to go change?
No, I don't have any clothes left to change.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about your lunch.
And the hydrogen tank.
I don't care about either of these things. I'm still
At least
just
we're alive.
relieved I'm alive, yeah.
Can you believe that snake didn't hear of me, hasn't heard of me?
Well, it'll remember now for sure.
True.
You goddamn right.
You think you're gonna be okay making it back, Keen?
Yeah, going back to work for lunch now seems kind of trivial at this point.
Well, yeah, first of all, I'm not going, lunch hour is, well, I'm not working today. I'm taking the rest of the day off, so let's not even talk about
Personal
going back.
day.
Personal, yeah, PTO. I'll just drive you. Where are you going? Calm?
Yeah, I'd like to hit the Calm to meet up with that Wallace fella.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, there's no need to stop. I'll just give you a ride straight to Calm. It'll be night by the time we get there. But if you wanted to try camping, Jewel, was it? I think I still have a few things. He kind of looks under his seat. I got bread and Vegemite and what looks like to be a can of soup. It's pretty campy. We can make it work.
You make it work, yeah. That's mighty kind of you. Again, Keen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Keen.
We've checked off a lot on my list. I think the only thing left is to look at the stars.
Don't get too excited, but I have good news for you. The small camper van keeps rolling on the road in this different part of the continent. It's there's more hills, definitely different topography than the Junon area. There's a lot more like abandoned roads, or like there's more road infrastructures. There's these like 5G towers everywhere, and it looks like you can just go to them and then gain information about the area on your map. There's a few of those now. They weren't there before, but now they're here.
Now they're here, yeah, I see.
And eventually, after like a few hours, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and Keen suggests that maybe here's a good spot. There's not a lot of civilization around anyway, so I think we can. I don't think we need a permit to pitch tent here. But he goes off-road a bit. It's a nice grassy area. And yeah, he just gets to it and unfurls that kind of like little tarp roof on the side of the camper. And he asks Jewel, if you want to go get firewood with me, we can just go around and look for, you know what fallen branches look like?
I've seen a stick. Yep.
Just like sticks. And so the two of you sort of like do the camping-y stuff. He sees that you're enjoying this, but the rest of you are kind of like...
I'm sitting on the side of the van. I'm like pouring water out of a muddy shoe, and I'm like, I hope Jewel is having a good time, but I hate camping.
Yeah, Artanis is like hanging up his coat like over the hood of the camper van, just like hoping it gets dry from how hot the engine was running. He's just like, Ruby, we shouldn't bring her mood down. This is a good experience for the girl. We're her family now, and camping is something families do, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I want her to have a good time, but someone's going to pay for these shoes.
Oh no, don't look at me. I'm tapped out. I'm broke.
Look to Elysia.
Yeah, as Elysia is setting up a tent that she pulled from her magical video game bag that somehow fits all of this. I'd like to think also Elysia was before that, like categorizing all the stuff in her bag, because I really want to point out the massive amount of things she has in her bag to like drive home video game mechanics, like just how much you're carrying.
All the inventory.
Yeah.
I was picturing it more like it's you got like a hard suitcase, like a hardcover suitcase, but like you're in the military. It's just so like well ordered. Like your inventory management is what shines.
Okay.
Like a RE4
4
style
suitcase. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you see, as it's like unfolded open, she's moving things to the top because she's already like gotten rid of these rows after having used it. Just to like, I really wanted. She's so much in her inventory. But as she's setting up the tent, she says, "Don't worry, I'll get you new ones once we get back to Midgar."
How are you holding up, Elysia? Just want to check in. How's how are you feeling?
She just takes a moment where she stares off. It's quiet out here. It's nice.
Speaking of which, you can take one less level of exhaustion. Just from being so far from everything, there's a pressure that's not there anymore.
She's only at one level of exhaustion now,
Yes.
so she's looking really good.
I have to say that the outdoors, they seem to be doing something for your color there.
Mm-hmm. You look really good. You're glowing.
I haven't felt like this since before the event. I'm gaining so much clarity out here. And she takes a big breath of air. Thanks for letting me tag along and get out of Junon with you guys.
Oh, that's no problem. I mean, look at us. We'd pretty much be lost without each other, so I feel like you fit into that puzzle just right.
Thanks. I I joined Shinra with, hopeful naivete, thinking that I was doing something better for the world, and then that the wool was lifted off my eyes pretty quickly. But I think with you guys, or at least what I've seen so far, you guys are trying.
I mean, we just, as some of the youngsters put it, we're just trying to function out here. There's nothing, not too special about us. Just people living our lives and encountering very specific issues that I think maybe other people are dealing with in a similar fashion. Not necessarily looking for, evidence of a slain friend to help clear their name or anything like that. But, who's to say one's hardships are more extreme than another's? Everyone seems pretty insurmountable to themselves. It's just about who you bring with you to solve those issues. That's really what it's all about, and I think we have a pretty good foundation here.
I feel like at this moment, sorry to interrupt, Keen comes back with Jewel. Jewel's got like 2 sticks in her hand. I did it.
Yeah, that's a nice amount of firewood.
Well, I didn't think we need to rub them together since, and she's going to point towards Ruby.
Is Keen carry any wood, or he's not?
Yeah, he's got some wood too.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna be enough.
Your little group makes a campfire. There were like a couple folding chairs left or thrown out of the camper. So there's a little setup. There's maybe someone brings a fallen log. As you get set up and someone starts, trying the Vegemite and trying to heat the canned soup. You hear Keen on his PHS in the back making phone calls like back and forth, going like, "We're gonna need a lot more weapons. Like we're gonna need an army." I don't think. And then we're like, he talks about the Zolom. Like we're gonna need to name him, put signs to ward people. I think this is it for the mine. He seems concerned, but maybe relieved at the same time. He's like, yeah, we're gonna need to move some stuff from calm to calm. Anyway, it's kind of talking, and then eventually he closes his PHS and comes sit down with you. And as the fire cracks and the sparks fly into the sky, the sun has set since a good half hour, an hour. We can see stars now, more and more. And from here, there are so many. There's the noise of the nocturnal insects surrounding you, the breeze in the tall grass. Keen takes out a small harmonica, and he just blueses it up.
He blueses it up.
Yeah.
And as you're telling each other camp stories, to these melancholy tunes from Keen, the night seems infinite. It's refreshing. It's new to some. It's certainly comforting.
I'm pointing out constellations to Jewel. That one's the Mogul, and that one's Bahamut.
Oh, there's Shiva.
Yeah, she's my favorite. She's the goddess.
You could only see her about this time of year.
Yeah.
And there's this one that you can only see if you raise chocobos properly. It's called Knights of the Round. Mm-hmm. It's right up there.
See, it has a golden sheen to it.
Yeah.
Hello, listeners. Thank you for joining me in the mid-roll. Going to be a real short one because I just wanted to give you a little heads up about what's coming down the road for Respect the Crit. We've got a couple more episodes left of our Final Fantasy campaign. After the campaign ends, we're going to do a episode where more of a discussion episode where we just sort of talk about the campaign, talk about the system, and do a bit of a wrap-up episode just on the campaign that we just played and what our expectations are for maybe a possible campaign 3 for this Final Fantasy story. After that, we are going to be starting the Call of Cthulhu campaign that Susan has been running, and we've already been recording that, and let me tell you, you will never see it coming. Susan has made it a very, very interesting story that she is telling, and that she has enshrouded us all in, and I gotta tell you, it is an addictive campaign to be a part of. I think you're really going to like it. We've got some special guests, some that have been on the show before, some returning, and some new voices that you may already be familiar with. And if you're not, man, you are in for a treat. So get excited for that. As always, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for checking out all the links in our show notes for important information and all the artist credits that we have in there and everything like that. And with all that out of the way, please enjoy the rest of the episode.
It is morning. Nothing much has changed in the scenery except that it's not night anymore. You have the small embers of the fire inside this stone circle that are still kind of glowing, still warm. But everybody feels very good. Everybody who spent all their MP, you feel refreshed mentally. Everybody who got burnt yesterday, you feel refreshed physically. And Elysia, you feel refreshed spiritually. And you lose that exhaustion, that last exhaustion that's been haunting
Yes! I'm fully restored. Come at me.
Take like 10 damage from one attack. No,
No, stop. Ouch.
Don't actually.
When you wake up, when anyone wakes up with a dream but already starts forgetting it, it's kind of that with you at this moment. You don't remember dreaming as vividly as with the Kenton kind of like dream, but you feel like you were in a dream where you were listening and then asking and then listening again. You can't remember the voices, nothing like the voices you've been experiencing. All you remember is this kind of like tune, this one like unified sound. Kind of looks like a whale song, possibly. If neither happy or angry, not completely sad, but definitely like a melody to it, some sort of like, requiem or a dirge, perhaps, of the Cerberus variety. And you wake up kind of just like with that feeling in mind. And if you pay attention to it, you feel like you hear that noise, that voice, that one voice around you.
Instead of screaming.
Instead of being like all in your head, all these different voices screaming at once, you hear this one unified, kind of like a flock of birds, like all these huge, like, what do you call those, like, when those swarms of birds that just like turn on a dime together.
Yeah.
Okay.
When like the first time was just like Alfred Hitchcock's the birds all in your head all the time. Now it's just like one of those swarms moving together in harmony. Everybody does their morning routines. Jewel checks her PHS. Well, imposing character stuff, but like a quick routine stuff.
Yeah.
Jewel's checking like the news from the fam, from the watch. Ruby's probably getting pretty. With the like on the dirty reflection of one of the windows, or like
refresh
the bumper, the metal bumper, refreshing. Artie,
actually, just
I don't know, man.
Calisthenics. he has to do calisthenics.
Good
In the morning.
Stay
He's
limber.
Slept on the ground.
doing some stretches, a couple jumping jacks, doing like the one leg out in front bend, kind of stretching, like and you can hear. If you're near him, you hear cracks. He's like, "Oh, yeah, great." Get the morning phlegm. It's like trying to spit it out. Old man stuff. Like he's hitting that age. He's almost there, But he's an adventurer. He's gotta stay nimble, stay loose.
Especially after sleeping on the ground.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure that wasn't
not fun for him.
I mean, there was some basic camping equipment in the tent kit. I want to assume, like some foam bedrolls.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. there
Speaking
you
of which, the tent this morning, I don't know what happened. It's all torn out. It's like you're trying to
disintegrating.
yeah, and you're trying to like put it back together. It's just like it tears. The
God.
sticks snap.
I know what happens. Elysia has a very meticulous organization system, and now that it's been unfolded, it's not folding just the right way anymore.
Trash.
You're like,
So she's
Can't
just
put
like,
it back in the bag.
yeah.
It's gone.
Gone.
Like, you can never fold it as well as it came in the packaging. Ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it flies off in the wind and like crashes like in a little nook with 3 others.
Oh man.
Keen basically preps the van again, and you are back on the road. On your way to Calm, you can hear Keen say like, I had some good beers in that fridge.
8:00 in the morning, Keen.
Well, that might be an indicator of something.
You'll have some good beers again.
Without imposing, there would be time for Elysia to try to hack the disc again.
Oh, yes.
On the road. That's totally possible.
Yeah. She's refreshed and recharged. She's ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do this. Cracks her knuckles, opens up her laptop. Let's get into this. Computer check?
Yes, computers check.
Aw, Susan.
Oh no! I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
System
Any-
error. Luck out.
We must respect the crit.
I have
No
plus
service
8.
out here.
I have plus
Ruby,
8.
Ruby, you got anything that kind of like helps us not respect that crit?
I don't
Okay,
have...
You have advantage.
No,
Reroll.
I don't
You have
have...
inspiration, Susan?
Do I?
I have rerolls, but I don't think they account for anyone else. I think they're only for me.
Oh, how Ruby of
Oh, no,
you.
you don't.
Yeah, it's pretty on par.
Well, it doesn't work.
There's no
Aw.
service out here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's hard to hack in a
It's
car.
not your skills. It's just.
It's the
you
tech.
know.
It's the network. We're in the network.
Yeah. Usually this is the point where I'd be Googling what this specific snippet of code does, but I just can't get on the net.
I usually use
Yeah.
ChatGPT for this.
Oh, plus 8.
And it's like you spend like 4 hours on the road. You're like, I'm gonna crack it. Enter. Didn't say the magic word.
Hey.
The battery's dead on the
Yeah.
laptop. It's,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Then it's not my skill. It's just the battery's dead, guys.
yeah, can't plug it in.
4 hours in, Column is still like a couple hours away. And everybody roll a perception check for me, please.
23.
10.
6 total.
22.
Basically, Elysia, when you like return to the real world, you exit the Matrix. You and Jewel exchange a look as you hear a sound outside the car, a helicopter sound. And you sort of like look around, and kind of like from the west of the car, coming from over the mountains, is one of the SR Alpha helicopters that you took to go to under Junon. Kind of like typical Shinra helicopters. And it's coming towards your general direction.
Oh, no.
Did you call in another ride?
Is it another snake?
Not unless they started flying with helicopters.
No, I didn't call in any helicopter. I don't even have signal out here.
It's that cunt Sybil. Bet.
A friend of yours?
No, although she probably fancies herself as a friend. Ugh, she's a Turk.
Mortal nemesis.
I bet she doesn't even have friends.
It's a helicopter. Why do you think it's someone specific coming our way?
Because she's, Turk Shinra. And yeah, I didn't want to get into it, but we have all kinds of problems with Shinra. But that's neither here nor there.
Should I do something about it? Do you want to throw my folding chairs out?
No, we've thrown enough of your belongings.
What do you want to do?
This probably would require diplomacy, as much as I hate to admit it.
Should I keep driving?
Step on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if they stop us.
Jewel, we need you back in the chair, baby.
Cracks knuckles. You got it. I'm ready.
Yeah, Keen moves over, and you go as fast as you can, but it becomes quickly apparent that you are not on a level playing field as far as speeds go, and that no matter, like, there's kind of no need to push this camper van to its limit. The helicopter is still gaining on you rather quickly, and I would say in about like 15 minutes, it's right there. It is right there, even if you try to push it more.
Knowing that there might be a fight coming up, because it seems like you guys are antagonistic with possible Turks, Elysia is going to turn to Artie. I don't want to call you out or anything, but I remember in the last fight you kind of had a hard time handling that materia, and she points to the Odin materia. They tested my mana threshold in Shinra. It's quite high.
He's just
Not
gonna
sure
take it
if
out.
you wanted me to
He's-
use
he's-
this.
He's just gonna pop it up before you finish it. Here you go.
As you do your kind of like last minute preparations, the helicopter does this kind of like dangerous maneuver of flying just above ground, and it just passes you and then hovers in front of the road. It kind of does like ahead of you and lands there.
Yeah, this is Sybil. There's no way in hell this ain't Sybil.
Jewel, just keep going. Just go around it.
Just go around.
Now you're gonna have to off-road it.
No, I recommend no. Let's just look. He's gonna Artanis.
Yeah.
No,
She'll stop.
let's just listen to what the old girl has to say and let her yap for a little bit. And if we don't like it, we'll fight her.
Okay, Artie. If we can avoid a fight, that would be great. She is a Turk, after all.
Oh, sure. I'm all about it, but I know how much she kind of grinds your gears and gets you, revved up. So.
I'm just worried that she's here for Elysia.
Oh well. I mean, if she starts something, well, we're gonna be sure to finish it.
And you did not see her at that spa.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
She looked amazing.
Artanis looks to Keen. Keen, stay in the vehicle, please. I think it'd be in your best interest to remain here.
He sort of like just throws his hands in the air like, "Oh, don't worry about me."
Okay.
He just like straps his seatbelt.
Shall we?
Hey, if this is the last thing we tell each other, it's been a real pleasure. Thanks again for saving me and Dirk, and for everything else.
Of course.
I'll put in the word to Wallace for you if I ever see him again.
Keen, thank you for showing us your mine. And if you're ever in Sector 6, I'll show you my mine.
I'll take you up on this.
Artie exits the vehicle, raising an eyebrow to Ruby, like, just slow down. Don't hurt nobody.
I did want to lean over to him, put my arm over, like to shake his hand, like over the seat. And in my hand is really cool. It's going to be like 200 gil. And be like, this is for all the stuff you lost.
Well, that's real generous. Thank you.
Does that cover
Thanks.
it? Like,
No, but that's
okay.
doesn't matter.
Hit me up in Midgar. I could cover the rest later. We got stuff
Okay.
to do right now.
For sure. I'll make sure to visit everybody. And you're welcome to call me anytime. Be safe.
Thanks for the ride. Steps out.
So the helicopter is landed, and as the four of you, like walk on the road, I don't know, there's this imagery of you four walking in the wind from the helicopter, with a purpose, and then the side door of the helicopter slides open. There's like one Shinra guard piloting, and from the passenger area in the back, sure enough, comes out Sybil in full Turk attire. Again, she looks like just like a Janelle Monáe in her suit, like her iconic suit. It's really like elegant, very kind of like, there's this playfulness, but also this kind of like underlying, just like I know I won already, like checkmate kind of thing. And she walks towards you. Hands in her vest pocket, her suit pockets. You're like about 10 feet apart. You're grooving her. Well. You gave me the slip. That was good. That was really good. I'm sure you'll be happy to know you've wasted a lot of Shinra money in me trying to find you. Good work.
I wasn't aware we were looking for each other or in need of each other's services, but that's okay. That's a fine mistake. We'll keep on going now, if you don't mind.
Not you. I don't. You leave. I'm not here for you. I'm here for her. And she looks directly at Elysia.
Elysia's taken aback.
You did not like the spa? You did not like Junon? Was it not quiet enough?
No, not at all. Being out here's better than that place ever was.
Okay. So you are feeling better now.
Why does this concern you?
Oh, sorry, I'm on assignment. I'm here to, observe you and make sure you're feeling fine, and to report any situation in which your health situation, goes down the toilet. I'm relieved to know that I'll be writing good things in my report. But if you'll follow me, I'm here to return you home.
No, thank you.
And why not?
Like I said, it's much better out here than near Junon, and especially not Midgar. Finally feeling a little better. And I gotta finish up something.
My orders are to bring you home. I'm not looking for a fight. I just want to get this over with, get you home. You look better. Give Midgar a try again.
I don't think you heard her, Frenchie. Little lady says she ain't going nowhere. And he's gonna flip his coat back. Very, very Wild West. Very cliche.
Elysia, now that she's okay, it kind of sunk in. Before it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna give him my notice and then I'm just gonna leave and we'll be cool. Now knowing that this is gonna be a fight with a Turk that she's heard so many stories about and probably even more glorified being in the service, she's gonna put her hand on Artie's shoulder. Just leave them out of it. And then she'll step in front of Artie and head towards Sybil.
Okay. Will you be fine on your own? Find your way home? Can you even enter Midgar? With your current IDs? I was gonna offer your friends to follow along, but you're cold-hearted. We can just leave them here. That's funnier.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hurt them. Oh, you're gonna give them a ride? Guys, do you guys want to go back to Midgard?
I just need, your friends, all of you. You're, close enough to go to the spa together. I'm assuming you'd be willing to do me a tiny favor and just make sure she gets home and just, keeps resting. That's all we want.
Oh, see, you had to make things a little clearer when you come at us like this because of our past.
Yeah, it really seemed like you were gonna hurt them. That's why I was trying to protect them.
You think you're so important. That's so funny.
Our tennis scratch head. You know what? It kind of did feel like we were important, but I can see how I thought that and now how that's incorrect.
I am important.
True, Ruby's always
yes.
important. Absolutely, yes.
Of course.
No doubt about that. Oh yeah, we could use a ride, I guess, but we have business to finish.
And then there's just gonna be a quick moment where Elysia turns around. You guys understand? I wasn't trying to abandon you. I was just trying to help you from getting hurt, right? Okay, we're cool, right?
Elysia, it's fine. But what do you want here? You don't want to go back, do you?
I mean...
We're here to back you up, whatever you want, whatever you need. You don't got to do this alone, and you don't have to listen to her.
I just don't want the whole Shinra army coming after us. That you guys didn't sign up for that. I'm feeling a lot better now, and I was being a little irrational back in Junon. Thanks for appeasing me with that. And maybe leaving Shinra is still part of my future, but I have to do it properly if I don't want them coming after you guys. So
I mean, you don't have to do it any way but the way you want to do it. Properly, improperly, it doesn't matter. Whatever choice you make is your choice to make. You don't have to do it their way. You don't have to do it anyone's way, but your own way.
Right. And we're here to help you see that through, whichever way you choose.
This scenario, pointing back to Sybil in the helicopter, I mean, while excessive, doesn't seem too antagonistic, and I don't really want to fight.
Okay. If that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do.
Thanks. Artie, do you need to go to Calm, right? Hey, Sybil, can you give him a ride to Calm?
I'm afraid I'm short on time.
Sybil, just when I think you're starting to be someone I can, in some degree, have any sort of admiration for, you snatch that up real quick.
She stands there, waiting for a choice. You can remain behind, or you can go back to Midgar.
Ruby will turn to Artie and be like, is this okay? Are we gonna be okay not going to Calm right away? We ran from so many snakes. So many snakes.
I think I'll be better served going to Calm. I have to follow this lead. I gotta pull this thread. It's not about me at this point, it's about Kenton and figuring out what he started and wrapping it up for him, if I can. Ruby, you gonna be okay taking care of the kiddos on your own? And he looks at the kiddos and kind of smiles. I mean, I know they're not kids per se, but I'd feel weird and I'd be remiss if I wasn't sure you'd be okay with this.
I hate that you're doing this by yourself. After all that we've been through, after all you've been through. But I understand that this is something you have to do. I'll look after the girls. You go get the answers you're looking for, and get back to Midgar safe.
Elysia, I know I haven't really known you that long, but I do hope you feel better and you get well when you get home. Truly.
Yeah, I don't think I have much choice but to go right now. So Elysia will begrudgingly head towards Sybil in the helicopter.
She'll grab Elysia's hand and just give it a squeeze and say, when we get back to Sector 6, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
I'm looking forward to it as Elysia squeezes Ruby's hand back.
And so we find ourselves at a literal crossroads. In one direction, we have most of the group following Sybil towards the helicopter, while on the other end, Artie rejoins with Keen as they both board Keen's camper van, and they set off on a small dirt road winding up a hill leading to a distant fortified town known as Calm. The helicopter lifts off, and slowly it disappears over the hills of the wastelands leading to Midgar, way over the highway connecting to the large city. And way in the distance, in the smog-filled air, the helicopter silhouette simply vanishes inside the silhouette of the capital of the world, Midgar.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Final Fantasy VII Memories of Midgar Disc 2. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or whatever platform you use. It's easy, free, and helps others learn about the show. Follow us for info, updates, and extra clips on our socials. We're on pretty much everything at Respect the Crit, or come be a part of our amazing community in our Discord. Artanis Rinn is played by Alex Herrera, who you can find at AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. Jewel Stone is played by Jamie Lee-Bonés, who you can find at Jamie MF Bones. Elysia Valerius is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find at Suze Laluz. Ruby Weapon is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me at iDunks. Our Materia Keeper is Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who you can find at Xavier TD. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Everyday Heroes roleplay system is published by Evil Genius Games. And remember, whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the live stream.
And for next episode, I'm not making you do homeworks, but I have like one final insane surprise I want to give you. And I don't know if it's going to work or not, but during the week or the break, I'm going to send a link for you to join a platform, a online TTRPG platform. Just create an account.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, if it takes us like 15 minutes to figure it out, I'll scrap it. But just for the last episode, I wanted a little something special for the send-off.
Okay. Cool.
Xavier's gonna steal our identities. That's why he's asking.
Give me your personal identification.
Your socials.
Why is it asking for my social security number?
Yeah, why are you asking for, you call it just the funny digits, 3 digits on the credit card, on the back of the credit card. But
What's going on?